Yo, what is going on? You're checking out Kyujin HQ. My name is Chris and welcome back to the channel. Today we're checking out the Pulsar X Lite. This is a super lightweight wireless mouse that's been getting a ton of love lately, so I'm really pumped to review this. But not only am I excited to review this mouse, I'm actually kind of more excited to check these out. These are their Super Glides. These are premium glass mouse feet they made to pair with this mouse, and I've never tried glass mouse feet before in my life. In fact, I'm surprised this is the first time we've actually seen something like this, or at least I have seen something like this, I should say. But how well is this going to work with this mouse? And I'm really excited to check it out. At the end of the video, I'm gonna do a little test between the original feet and this new Super Glide glass feet here, and hopefully we can figure out if it's actually, worth the hype. With that being said, let's get into it. The Pulsar team must be a fan of Supreme because I am getting a heavy Supreme vibe here from this packaging. Very clean looking. Inside the box, we of course have the mouse itself, which we're going to check out here in just a moment. Beneath the mouse, we have a QR code scan sheet where you could scan to download the user manual, mouse software, as well as a link to join the official Pulsar Discord community. We also have a pretty cool looking Pulsar logo sticker. And finally, beneath all of that, we have the matching red paracord power cable with the matching red wireless receiver. I love that this cable isn't just a generic black cable like we see with other wireless mice on the market to date. Even though this mouse is a wireless mouse, it's great to have a matching power cord for charging and wired use. Taking a look at the mouse, I got to say the black and red is refreshing to see in a mouse. I really love this colorway. Now, no worries if this red color isn't your style, this mouse also comes in your choice of black or white, all at the same price, so there's no upcharging for color choices. Speaking of price, this mouse is currently sitting at $74.95, which I think is a pretty fair price when it comes to wireless gaming mice these days. And of course, like always, all links on where to get one of these will be linked down below in the video description. Holding this mouse in hand for the first time, it's definitely a little bigger than I expected, ergonomically right-handed, and it has that Zowie EC body for sure. It's very comfortable, especially for palm grip players. Now, this thing is super lightweight. It comes in at just 58 grams, and how do they get this wireless mouse to be so light? Well, not only does it have this cutout shell, but if you flip the mouse over, you'll see this thing is hollow. Like, where is the rest of the mouse? They basically cut out all of the bottom plating, and the entire mouse shell is made from an ABS composite. So I know what you're probably thinking. This thing is super hollow, super lightweight. It's probably pretty flimsy feeling, and that's what I expected, but you'd be happy to know that we were dead wrong. This thing is a little tank of a mouse. Like, I tried to crush this thing. There is no flex in this mouse at all. This ABS composite really seems to hold up, and it's kind of mind-boggling, and they did a great job. So you don't feel, even though it's super lightweight and hollow, you don't feel like you could just break this thing, which is awesome. Even on their website, they state that this mouse went through US military drop testing. Now, I don't really know what that entails or how true that really is, but I would definitely love to see some footage of that if possible. This mouse is equipped with Pixar's latest flagship sensor, the 3370. Capable of 400 IPS speed, 50 gram acceleration, up to 20,000 programmable DPI, with 1000 Hz, 1 millisecond polling rate, it is safe to say that this sensor checks all of the bells and whistles when it comes to high performance. Now, the main switches on this mouse are KLGM 8.0s, which are rated for 80 million clicks. Now, personally, I like these switches, but they can just get a little loud at times. Now, the scroll wheel is a Huano mechanical, and the side buttons are MWK mechanicals. When it comes to the scroll wheel, I really have no complaints. I like the positioning, it's got a slight grip to it, and very easy actuation with not too much stiffness. When it comes to the side buttons, I also really like the positioning of these as well, and the fact that they're much larger than typical mouse 3 and 4 buttons that we get on other mice, they're very easy to navigate. But I'm not too familiar with these MWK switches, and they feel a little too soft in my opinion. They're a much more quieter sounding switch than the rest of the mouse buttons. A simple on and off switch is located above the mouse sensor to toggle wired or wireless mode. And yes, the mouse does charge when in wired use. Now, we have no DPI button on the mouse at all, just a light indication showing you what DPI setting that you're on. You could, of course, adjust all the mice settings in the Pulsar software, everything from macros, polling rate, mouse parameters, DPI, even DPI color indication. You could then also set the indicator color to be either static or breathing, as well as change the lighting, brightness, and speed. Now, I like this as it's a much more minimal look to it, and you can only see it from the top down glowing inside the mouse shell. We just have a 2-mouse foot design here with a slight footing around the mouse sensor as well, which I like because it's more of an even glide on the mouse pad. All points are touching. Now, when it comes to these mouse feet, they are PTFE feet with rounded edges, so this mouse has some nice smooth glide with no snags. And they do also sell replacements for these feet as well over on their website. Now, I did mention earlier that Pulsar has what they dub the Super Glide mouse feet. These mouse feet are made entirely of premium glass, and they stated these are some of the fastest mouse glides available, if not the fastest. Now, these mouse feet come in the same color as the mice, and you could obviously mix and match colors, which is cool, and they are currently priced at $21.95. So I figured most people out there probably own cloth mouse pads, so I tested both of these mice feet on a regular desk pad, and these glass feet are no joke. It is literally night and day between the two. These glass feet just feel like butter, like an unlimited glide, if that makes any sense to you. They also sort of make the mouse feel like it's floating a bit. This is really something you need to try. It's an absolute game changer. Now, I can tell you right now, just by using this, that mouse pads are going to play a huge factor when pairing the two. Something like a hard mouse pad, well, this mouse is going to be insanely quick, way faster than any cloth pad. And if you own a glass mouse pad, well, this isn't going to fly. They don't recommend that you pair the two. Glass on glass just doesn't seem to jive. These are really nice feeling, and after gaming for quite some time, I must say I feel like this improves tracking by a ton, but it can be much more difficult to stop on a dime. It definitely takes some getting used to. With these mice just being so light, paired with the 3370 sensor and its unlimited glide, you need to practice the hard stops with this mouse. I really can't emphasize enough on just how you need to try these glass super glides out. It's like one of those need to see it to believe it moments. Now, Pulsar recently tweeted that they'll be selling these super glides for not just their own mice, but for other popular mice as well. So if you have a favorite mouse in mind, they might just have glass feet for it, so I would definitely keep an eye out. So what are my final takeaways from this mouse and the Super Glide glass feet? The mouse itself, I think, is an absolute knockout. I actually enjoy this mouse a lot. I love how lightweight it is and also how durable this mouse is. Now, when it comes to high-performing lightweight mice, the market is expanding, and we do love to see new companies come out and give us actual good quality mice. I mean, anyone out there these days can make a lightweight mouse, but is it going to be good? And I've used some pretty ones and some really good ones. Now, this is up there with one of the really good ones. I thoroughly enjoy this mouse. Again, super durable, great sensor, very, very nice overall performing mouse. I mean, especially when it comes to first-person shooters. I mean, that's probably why you're buying a lightweight mouse. I don't think you'd be playing MMOs with this. Not to say that you can't, but I feel like these things really excel when it comes to first-person shooters. Now, when it comes to these Super Glide mouse feet, they are the perfect name for these feet because the glide is super. It's insanely smooth and buttery. It is probably the most insane feeling glide I've ever had on a mouse in general. Now, is it for everyone? That's the big question. Personally, I don't think it's for everybody. Again, it's a huge learning curve. I am all for it. I think it's phenomenal. I think it's a one-up on the competition for sure. If you want those nice super glides with them, and I keep saying super glide, but the name, again, it makes sense. If you really want that mouse to move, you want a nice lightweight mouse, and you want to have that quick, just flick action, these feet are going to do it for you. But again, it is a learning curve, because stopping with this mouse, it's a little bit more difficult. You might have a little jitter at the end. You know, these things will take some time to get used to. Practice will make perfect, but how bad do you need that glide? That's up to you. How competitive are you? Do you really need that thing to move? I mean, personally, I'm okay with the regular feet on this mouse, but again, I'm going to be using these glides for quite some time, and I'm going to do my best to practice with them. Again, tracking, phenomenal. I mean, you just can't beat it, but that stopping on a dime can get a little difficult. Again, overall, I think it's completely worth it. They're not overcharging either. These aren't like $50 glass mouse feet, which I'm pretty sure they could charge like $35-40 and people would still buy them. So coming in the low 20s is a really great price point. And the mouse being at that nice mid-70 price point, again, it's all pretty fairly priced. I also do like the fact that they announced they will be putting these glass mouse feet on other mice out there. So if you have that special mouse that you own already, well, you might be lucky enough to get these glides to pair up with it if this mouse itself isn't for you. Like always, everything is down below in the video description. If you guys are new here, please give the video a huge thumbs up, subscribe, maybe share the video with a friend, and check out the official Discord channel. Any questions for me, either over there or down below in the comments section. And in the comments, let me know what you think of these glass mouse feet, and let me know if you are subscribed. All right, guys, all that being said, I love y'all. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.